Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 and the Survival Series. Right, so it's now November. As you can tell, we've progressed pretty much just 1 month. We are now taking into autumn, as you can see. The nice autumn leaves all around us. And I just want to quickly point out that I have changed the weather again. So I kind of reverted back to the original No Man's Land, which is what this map is technically the foundation of before I edited it to look the way it does. But it's now just got the normal environmental system to it. So it's no more crazy snow in the winter. I just thought, why not just have a bit of snow like normal, not too extreme. You never know, in the future we might bring it back, but I think there's so much going on that really snow's just going to be a massive distraction. So I've decided to just carry on as the map was intended to play. So hopefully we'll get a bit of snow, but also we'll get some nice weather, and it might give us a better chance in the long run to grow different types of crops and stuff like that, because we were getting snow a little bit early, and it made maybe harvesting, well, we'd be harvesting in the snow, which is in itself just crazy. So in between this episode and the last, I went and sold one more load of logs. I also sold the truck, and I replaced it with something else that cost me about £8,500. So we are sitting at pretty good money, because I obviously sold a load of logs, which came in pretty well. I got about 9,000 for that, so definitely made some good money. But with that, I decided to buy this. Now this is an absolute beast and a much bigger truck and much more horsepower, and obviously, as you can tell, it is an upgrade. It's really nice. It's a Ford old school Super Duty Ford 850. I've never seen one of these in real life from where I'm from, but maybe some American viewers might tell me that they are a thing still, but it seems a bit of a vintage truck, and I do like it. I think it fits pretty well with this map. So I did take out from the fields the 9 hay bales that I had left, so I've stacked them on this, because obviously in December we're going to be taking the hay to sell, and then in January we're going to be taking all the silage that we end up getting, and we're going to sell that, and then we have to wait for the soybeans. We'll probably do a few things in between selling the soybeans, like maybe prepping the next field. I do want to try for my third harvest to have the big field that I'm planning on making all set up and planted. So hopefully the next harvest we do will be much bigger. We'll have the small field that we've been doing, but we'll have also this second field as well. And I might have to move all the logs out of the way. I think that's probably the best thing to do. Just pick them up and move them out of the way, store them somewhere, because just taking them all is just a lot more work than it is just to move them. So let's just quickly jump in and we'll have a quick look. So as you can see, nice inside, pretty much decent. The gear stick moves and everything, so we haven't got to worry about that. It's a well-made mod. And like I said, it just fits perfectly for this series, it really does. And the camera's a bit strange though, on the outside. It's actually, usually it should be in the centre, but now it's not actually in the centre, it's a little bit way off at the centre, so you actually sit quite far back when you're trying to move around, so it's better in cab than it is on the outside. Only because it's just different, that's all. Nice sound effect there. But yeah, I'm happy with this. I think it'll do pretty good job now, and I'd be confident as well, because it has got a hitch on the back. If we got something that we can pull, I think it would definitely get up the hill. It's got the most horsepower out of all our vehicles, so it'll definitely get up the hill. And it's also good because it's got this flatbed on the back. We can maybe go up to the shop, buy some fertiliser or anything that we need. So I did fertilise the grass field, and I also bought some fertiliser. I think one of the bags got a hole in and it went into the trailer. But yeah, we've finished off that field, so all we need to do now is harvest that field or mow that field so we can do some silage bales. Now, we got the wrapper on offer, and I've not actually got the chance to use it, so I am looking forward to doing that, and I think we might just do it in this episode. The only issue I've got is if we have a quick look at the field itself. There we go. You can see it does say that it's like ready to harvest, but if we quickly jump over here, I'll show you that it's not fully there. It's one before. I mean, we can mow this, but we shouldn't. I mean, I'd like to wait for the next one, but I think with this being in November, I don't think this is going to change now until December. And by that time, you're pretty much just cutting it fine. And yeah, it's not a good idea to be cutting grass. So I think we should probably just mow it in the state it is now. So the first thing I'm going to do is set that up. We're going to be using, I'd say, the John Deere. Let's use the John Deere. Oh, it was already unhooked. That's perfect. And we'll go and get the mower. And we'll set a course blade going on that. And then we can go up to the shop and actually go and buy our tractor. So, we obviously in the last episode had a look at some of the around 200 horsepower tractors that were on offer. And I asked everyone what their opinion was, and I had a few comments on the video. And I also had a few suggestions in the Discord. And I tallied up every single suggestion, and it ended up being the Landini, which was the favourite. Now, I'm chuffed to bits that everyone picked that because it's the one I would have gone for, so I'm really happy about that. So in this episode, we are going to go and buy that. Try and get the beefiest tyres, yeah, we're going to try and get the best version. We've got £70,000 to spend. It was 40,000, but if we spend 50, I'm still happy. It's a great tractor. It's a 190 horsepower, which is a 90 horsepower increase on what we currently got. So I'll get this to the field, I'll set it all up, and then we'll let him do some mowing before we obviously need to do some windrowing, because it's going to be a pretty big job. We're going to need to mow it, row it, and then we're going to have to obviously bale it, and then finally we just need to make sure we wrap the bales. Right, so first waypoint, off we go. I mean, it should still give us a good amount of grass silage. I mean, we've got a bunker full anyway that we're going to have to sell, so we've definitely got enough, but I think silage is such a good earner, it just makes sense to get this quickly mowed and try and do as many bales as possible. We can also take them. And they're also really easy to handle when you've got silage bales. It's just a lot of work to keep loading up the trailer, going back and forth. I think personally we can probably fit more bales on a trailer than we can when it comes to one trailer load of silage if we were taking it from the bunker, so it makes sense. So I think while she's going around the field mowing that, I won't send the windrow or set that up yet. I think we'll go and get this tractor. Let's get it sorted. Actually looking at these pictures on the wall, some of this equipment I'm sure I started with. Maybe not that. That's got some really old school tracks on it. Look at them tyres. But what interests me about this was this actual tractor, this big bud, is actually just come out as a mod not long ago on the mod hub. So we could actually get one of them now. I also added in some vehicles for the dealership, so again, if we buy anything big bag wise, this can help us out, and if we also buy anything like pallet wise, this can help us out. So I thought it'd be good to have this at the dealership. But anyway, let's get this tractor. No surprise that she's disappeared. I've kind of lost hope with that now. But here we are, the Landini, 37,000. What a tractor that is. Now we're going to try and get the beefiest tyres. I don't think we need rear twins, but it's good to know that we can get this. We want the widest tyres. Look at them, they are massive. Now we could try and see what the Michelins have got. Same, wide tyres on the Michelins. I mean, I think that is huge. They are massive. Continentals, I wonder if they've got the same. I think they're all the same. They don't look as wide though on the Continentals. But it seems like we have the same options, except them. They don't have the same options. Yeah, it looks like we should just go with the Trelleborg. I think they're a good tyre, and as you can tell, we've got some nice beefy tyres on the rear. So this is just the option to have some beacons. I think we should probably go with both beacons. It doesn't really make a difference. We can add a front loader attachment. I think that would be a good idea. We'll stick with this one. And then obviously we want to get with the beefiest engine, which is an extra grand to 190 horsepower. And it's now 42,000. So we're obviously paying a little bit of extra cash for the front loader, I think it was. But I do like that. I think this is going to be a spot on tractor. So let's grab that. 42,000. I was just seeing if it can suggest us to have a front loader. I don't think we need the front loader yet, but it's nice to know we have that option. So let's go try this out. This is going to be hopefully the workhorse now on the farm. Look at the size of them tyres. it is pretty much a carbon copy inside of the Massey that you can get, but obviously it's a little bit more customized. You can see on the steering wheel it's got the Landini sign, I think it is, and yeah, it's definitely customized, but it is very much I think it's been taken from the Massey, but yeah, you can tell straight away that it's a great tractor, and it is a big upgrade from what we've been running. I am intrigued to see how well it will get up the hill, but I think currently we don't really need to do much logging. Well, we've got 28,000, we're going to need to do more. So thinking about the money, I do want to invest again in the farm. I'm going to be doing it at the same time, I think, after each harvest, the end of the year, around the winter time. I'll probably cut through like I did last time, but make another upgrade to the farm. Right, so I'm just checking how far Coursplay's got so far with the mowing, and it seems it's not got that far, I'll be honest. I'm hoping it hasn't caused an issue with the wheel loader just sitting there. We should probably move that out of the way. I think we should. I am intrigued now with this tractor, just to see if it'll get up the hill, because obviously I want to get some money behind me. I have got a few logs sitting in the trailer, so I think it might be a good idea to just take them up. I know it's not a full load, but the problem is I haven't got the John Deere free because it's doing the mowing, so we can't pick up any extra. But what I can do is just see how it gets up the hill. I mean, it normally slows down anyway, even if I'm not hauling anything, because it is an uphill battle basically. So let's just try to see, with this small amount of logs on, how far it gets. And then after that we can fully focus on the baling side of things and making sure we get them silage bales done, because I think it's really important now to try and get some good money behind us. So when we have sold all the silage and we sold the hay, going into the winter months I can upgrade. My plan is, like I said, the field, and we're going to put some buildings down. I think most of the space we've got, the clearing, the second clearing as I've been calling it, I think most of that is going to be used up by the field. But what we've got left, I'll make sure to put at least a shed down, and I'm hoping for some form of animal pen. It could be chickens, we could even go for some cows if it's small. I think that would have to be the dairy side of cows. This is flying up the hill. This is a really strange feeling. Every time I've gone up this hill I've struggled, but this is much easier. What a difference that extra 90 horsepower has made. This just makes easy work of it, and I think the tyres as well have made a difference. So full credit to one of the comments I got on a previous video about larger tyres, because I think it's just absolutely minced through that because of it as well. But how much easier is that? That makes such a difference. There we go. So now we just got to sell it. Won't be much, 1,100. Didn't expect more than that. But yeah, we just flew up the hill, which is such a nice change. It really is. So I think what I'll do now is I'll get back down. We'll focus on that field, get it all done, and then we'll talk more about the actual plans, because I think the next step is obviously to try and come up with some kind of blueprint of what we want to do and what we want to place down. At least try and figure it out prior, what kind of animal pen we want to go for. So he's doing pretty well with the mowing. He's about, I'd say he's getting close to halfway. I have set up the Hurleyman with the windrow. The course is all set up with that, so it's just waiting for it to get a little bit further on and I can set that going. But what I decided to do was have a quick look in the shop, and as I was looking in the shop I had a little bit of nosy, as I normally do, in the discounted section, the second-hand market, and I saw a baler, and I think it's time for us to spend even more money and swap our balers out. This baler's done okay. It's not perfect. It helped us out at the start, but I think it's just a bit beefy for what it actually does, and the fact that it's on an offset as well sometimes can be a bit of a pain. but the main reason I want to get rid of it is some of the textures aren't perfect when it picks up the grass especially. And this baler that's on offer, it's 44% discount, and we can just afford it. I mean, it's going to leave us with a couple £100. We don't have to worry about that because we've got a lot of logs, and I think we are going to start having a good focus on silage, especially silage bales. So why not get ourselves a nice baler to go with, obviously, the nice wrapper that we've got now. And we've also recently improved the windrow, so I think we'll pretty much be set then. I'm sure, and I've said this before, but I am sure that drive gets longer each time. It really does. So let's just back this in, and yeah, it'll be the last time we see this old school baler. It's been good, it has helped us out, it wasn't that expensive obviously, but it is definitely time for an upgrade. And even the upgrade isn't, you know, it's not the best baler you can get, but it's definitely an upgrade on what we've got there. Sometimes that does happen. Oh well, we'll have to do the old-fashioned way and sell it from here. So how much will we get? 1,500. That's pretty good going. That'll help us out quite a bit while we're spending pretty much everything on this second-hand new baler. So let's sell that. 1,500. Well, 1,600. Which should leave us with, after we buy this... Look, every time I spend money, she sticks around. Yeah, let's have a look. So we're going to go discounting, as you can see, it's the first one. The McHale F550, 28,500. And for that baler, that's a bargain. That is a bargain. It's a lot of money to spend, but it's definitely a bargain. I think that's fine like that. Let's buy it like that. So we are now at 2,700. Yep, so let's jump in and get hooked up. We'll get this back. We are going to be using this in this episode. Hopefully by the time we get back as well, I'll be able to set the windrow up on its course plate. And then we'll also try and focus on doing a bit of baling. There we go. I think this is about the right size baler for what we do. I'm hoping it will give me the option to have the 150 size bales. That will be good. I don't think it does, you know. I think we might be stuck on this. I mean, we can unfold it and just see if it gives us the option then, but I don't think it does. I think we're going to have to do 3,500 litre ones, which is not too bad. It's not perfect, but it'll do the job. So there we go. That's the grass field mowed up for the second time this year. So hopefully we're going to get some good money off the silage. We've got a bunker full of silage, around 200 and odd thousand litres in that. That is all fermented now as well, so that's ready to go. We are obviously going to wait for January for the silage. And I've just done 35 bales. 35 bales, all of them are at 3,500 litres. So again, that's going to add a little bit more money for us. So hopefully we can make, if we aim for like 30,000, 40,000, I think that'll be pretty good going. But I really don't know the exact numbers without trying to work it out. Silage is still a really good earner. And eventually, when we have chopped down all the trees, even if we buy that second patch of land over there and chop down all them trees, we're going to have something that's going to keep bringing the money in, and silage is definitely one of them things. So I am happy with how it's turned out, and I am happy as well that we finally got a bigger tractor, some beefy tyres that seems to fly up that hill, and yeah, we've made an upgrade as well for the Mikhail baler, which is a massive improvement on the baler that we had originally. It really is. But I've wrapped about half of them, so I've got half left to do. I'll do that in between this episode and the next. So in the next episode, we'll move over to December. In that month, we've obviously got the hay to sell, which will be probably like a minimum amount of money. It's going to be a small amount of income, but it is what it is with that. We can't keep it because the sheep are never going to consume as many hay bales as we got. But it is something, and every little helps, and it all adds up. I might even then, within that month, because that isn't going to take me that long, I might even go into January and get all this silage sold. And then by the end of January, we'll know exactly how much money we're sitting with, because I will be doing some logging in between as well. We'll try to do a little bit of logging in the next episode as well. We'll try and just generate as much money as possible. But we've pretty much just nearly finished off now, year two. Just the finishing touches, selling everything, finishing off this silage. And then hopefully we can take 4 or 5 loads of logs. I think we'll be sitting pretty good. Before I just end the video, I just want to quickly have a look at some of the actual animal pens that we could start looking at. So if we go to cows, which is what we're on, there's this one that I was looking at that I thought was pretty good. This has milk as well. It is only 25,000, but it only holds 35 cows. But I think for where we are, 35 cows is probably about right. And as you can see, I think that barn suits this map. I think it suits the kind of woodland area. It's not too posh. It's it's what you'd expect to see. And I think it's yeah, pretty nice mod that is. So we could aim for something like this. I can't really zoom in very well to show you the inside, but if we just try and have a look from there, you can see that it's pretty simple inside, but it's pretty nice as well. Then we've got this arched cow shed, which is 40, so we can fit 40 cows in here for 27,500. This was my favourite one, but it's 67, so it just depends how much money we've got. Just because I like it, it seems a bit rustic. Man, I think that would also go down well. A lot of the open pastures are quite expensive, nothing that we're going to afford, and obviously everything's getting higher in value. Who knows? You never know. One day, £1 million for that. Who knows? But we're quite some way off that now. I think that's pretty nice as well. That is pretty nice, definitely. But yeah, that's 80,000, so that is way off. It really is. I mean, that's our best bet. That or this one. Depends how many cows we want. If we want the extra 5, we can go with this. But personally, I think this one looks better. But there is plenty to decide on, and there is plenty to obviously build. Let me just try and get my mouse up. There we go. So I'd say from like going across there, we're going to have a field up here, and then that's going to leave us with pretty much just this space here. And I was thinking of putting something down the edges here, maybe a shed over here, and yeah, we could start putting the cow barn down around here. I think that'd be pretty good. I also want to get some chickens, but I'm thinking if we get something small with chickens, we can put it right by where the sheep are. So I think that that area there just fits that pretty well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it turns out. I really am. But I think on that note, I am going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up because that does help my channel out. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.